Good morning. This is a Get Up and Go breakfast show. My name is Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
Very important day, Brent.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, National Garlic Day.
Garlic Day.
Mm-hmm.
I like some garlic in some things, on some things. Love garlic bread. I'll tell
most
you that
people
right
do.
now. Love garlic bread.
Most people love garlic bread. Well, let's see here. A little history on garlic. California, Gilroy, California, is considered the garlic capital of the world. Even with the windows rolled up, when you drive by that town, you can smell it.
Oh, wow.
And China is the leading producer of garlic worldwide and consumes more than any other country.
I see. Now, garlic, isn't it garlic that keeps Dracula away from you?
Vampire resistant.
Vampires, yes.
Yes.
There you go.
And they say there's a lot of health benefits to it. And, Mike Evans comes in now with conversation often about garlic in cattle feed.
Yeah.
With health benefits.
Yeah. That keeps the flies away.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. Another beneficial things. So that's some fun facts about garlic. It does keep the garlic can keep the vampires away and help boost your immune system. And it's also another important fact. No fibbing here. This is fact. National Banana Day.
Okay.
Third Wednesday in April.
You big banana person, can you just peel a banana and just eat it?
Not as much as I used to when I was a kid. You do it once in a while. I liked to slice up bananas and put it on like cereal.
Oh, yeah?
But I don't do bananas much anymore.
That's me. I'm not a banana guy.
A lot of people think they're fruit, but they're not. They're a berry.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But banana's a berry, but their seeds are sterile, so that's why you can't plant a banana tree in the backyard.
Oh.
Yeah. It means bananas today are genetically identical of the one your grandparents ate when they were kids.
Well.
But they're berries. So when you say, I'm going to go eat some berries, you can eat a banana.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Those are very important facts.
Good way to get the show started.
Yes. And besides that, with things going the way they are out there in the news business, I want to be careful and present just the facts. Otherwise, someone will sue us for $800 million or $1.5 billion, and we end up paying $800 million. So be careful. So we're going to stick with the facts here.
All right, good.
Nobody suing us for fibbing.
And that comes from like CBS, right? So
yes.
So they're liable.
Yeah, well,
we're just reading what they say.
Now there you go. There you go. That might be another whole conversation.
Yeah, it could be.
The phone is ringing. I think it might be Mark.
Oh, at Tradewinds.
Yeah.
Well, let's find out. If not, we'll talk to him anyway.
Yeah, which number do you think Mark would call?
Well, I told him to call 5881.
That's Mark then.
Okay, well, let's see.
I'm just pretty sure. Mark is calling from Tradewinds Marina, Loop City, Nebraska, Sherman Reservoir, and if this isn't Mark, it's going to sound really silly.
You and I have sounded silly on the air.
Oh, it's live radio, so let's see. Is that you, Mark?
Who is this?
Oh, no.
Don't
it's
do
somebody
that.
else.
That was a pretty good trick, Mark.
No, this is me.
Good.
I don't know what the heck's going on with the phones, because it rang once and then it didn't ring again, and I was like, well, maybe something happened. They'll call back, and he didn't call back, and it's like, well, I better call back.
Well, I'm glad you did.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mark. It kept ringing on my end, and I left you a message. That was a real nice. It was a real nice one too.
Russians and Chinese keep screwing with our phones.
I know.
I'm with you, man.
Well, last week we tried to call you, and it was our phones that weren't working. We tried to call you, and it wouldn't even let me get out of the. Get out. What am I trying to say?
The studio?
Yes. It told me that my call couldn't be processed. That's what it was telling me.
Wow.
Oh. So anyway, we've hooked up, though. How you been?
Good. Been pretty nice days of weather, other than the wind's been a little gusty, but as to be expected this time of year. So,
yeah.
Got water coming in the lake. Lake's filling up.
Good. Can I ask you?
Looking forward to things.
Good, Mark. When do the crappie? You know, I used to make fun of crappie fishermen years ago. I was only a pike fisherman, and now I can't even catch a pike. So I think I'm going to try to go to crappies. When do they start biting?
Oh, there's a few crappie being caught right now. They'll really start going here. The first week to second week of May, they'll really take off.
Uh-huh.
And then it'll be good crappie fishing for about a month, you know, from shore or from a boat. So, yeah,
because they get in that spawn mode and they really go to town.
Well, they just get into more consistent patterns. And,
yeah.
You know, the spawn helps, but I mean, the spawn doesn't last all summer either.
Right.
You know?
Right. But you can catch crappies, you know, even in the fall. I know, I saw a guy over there last year, I think it was, caught a whole slug of real nice crappie right up next to the dam late fall. So yeah, if you know what you're doing, I guess you can catch a fish. That's a little bit of a problem for yours truly, but at least you get your hook in the water, right?
That's right. It's better than the day at work.
There you go. Mm-hmm. There you go. Any walleye coming in?
There's a few guys out there catching. We actually got our first walleye tournament this weekend.
That's right. You mentioned that last week. So.
Yeah, Nebraska Walleye Trail will be here this weekend, and they got their tournaments on Sunday, and I think they should have a good tournament. You know, it's first tournament out of the gate, and everyone's kind of chomping at the bit. So hopefully the weather cooperates with them.
Yeah, this time of year for walleye, are they everywhere? Are they shallow, or does anybody know?
They're scattered right now.
Yeah.
Especially, you know, they spawned here the first part of the month, and you got water coming in the lake, so they're in a big transition right now. So they're spread from the dam to the inlet. So,
well, just get out there and give it a shot, and you can anywhere around Sherman. You've got all those nice campgrounds and the fingers that go out to the lake. To do some catfishing, and as you mentioned a little later on, crappie fishing off the bank. So sometimes I think we think in reservoirs that you have to have a boat to do fishing, but especially at Sherman where you have those nice trails and so forth where people can go down and cast out and have some fun, have a picnic, do some camping. There's a lot of opportunities, a lot of options there, aren't there?
Absolutely. There's a lot of people that just come to camp too. You know?
Don't even want to fish; they just want to sit around the campfire.
Yeah, that was one of the crazy things that when I put my last year-round or my last seasonal RV sites in. You know, I had a lot of people saying, "Oh, we can't have that many boats on the water," and blah blah blah. I bet 60% of the people that rented them sites don't even have boats. They just come here to get away from people.
Sure.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. Get outside and enjoy the outdoors and sit around and have a good conversation and maybe some fried chicken and hot dogs. Yep. Yeah. That all sounds great. And that's going to really ramp up as the weather begins to warm. So speaking of those RV sites and camping opportunities and lodging, I know you provide some. You want to talk about that a little bit?
You bet. We got 20 overnight RV sites, and then we have 12 overnight cabins or overnight cabins up to a week at a time. And same thing with RV sites, but we get $30 a night for the RV sites, and then we get $95 a night for the cabins. And the cabins have a full shower and a bath and kitchenette in them, and they're not too bad a little fishing cabin. So.
It sounds like it, and those rates sound very reasonable compared to anybody that travels or anybody that I guess gets an RV site or a lodge, as you're speaking. That's very fair rate. So I think people should appreciate that as well.
Well, we've tried our hardest to keep our our prices low. This year just like everything else, we had to go up a little bit.
Sure. Yeah. Well, there's nothing going down.
No. Well, my wages.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. I understand that part too.
Yeah.
And the other part, maybe the good news is, pretty soon, as you mentioned, the bobbers will be going down. So at least we'll have that. How about things at the marina itself? You've got, I know, great food. People, by the way, people drive to Tradewinds who also don't fish. They just want to come and eat your food. Maybe come in and have a hamburger or something off the grill, right?
Yep. We we got a pretty decent little kitchen there. Put out some pretty good food. We got a new cook this year. His name is Nacho.
Nacho.
And he, that guy can knock some food out.
That's fantastic.
And we run some specials on Mondays. Is our hamburger special, where I can't even remember the prices. We just opened and I don't know this stuff. And then Thursdays is our wing night. We had started wing night last year on Wednesdays. We moved it to Thursdays. Had quite a few requests because of scheduling. They wanted to come, but because of scheduling, they couldn't get there. So we moved that to Thursdays and wing Thursdays. And then Sundays is our burrito special.
Okay.
Come in and get a burrito for $6.99. And we always got a special, whether it's me working or my wife working. There's always a special there.
Okay, sounds great. You know what? Those kind of meals sometimes are just what you need. I know it's nice to go out and have a big steak with all the trimmings and so forth, but it's also fun just to bite into a good juicy hamburger or something off the grill like you're describing. And all those specials sound great, and again, save a little money. Maybe be surprised how much you can get for the dollar there. So sounds like you're really going. I think you said last time you had some bait coming in. How's that going?
Yep, we're loaded for bear. I mean, we've got all the bait that we need. I'm still waiting on a few tackle orders to come in.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
We're getting there. I mean, it is actually pretty early in the year. So
yeah,
it is. I think like we talked last time, Mark, we had kind of a long winter in everybody's mind, and we're ready to get out and do some spring and summer things. And we're getting some days that we can do that, as you mentioned, a little bit breezy, but temperatures coming up. So what are your hours now since you've opened up? What's the story there?
Well, this weekend we're going to be open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we'll be open from 7 till 8. On Sunday, we're probably going to open up at 6 because of the tournament.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right.
And then we're kind of running weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday until sometime in early May. We haven't really made that decision yet.
Okay. All right.
And then as soon as the weather gets consistent, we're gonna be open 7 days a week and full force.
Okay. All right. And for those, I think most people have probably been to Tradewinds Marina, but for those who are listening and say, you know what, I'd like to just come over and have a meal and take a look around, maybe do a little fishing or maybe have a picnic or whatever, give them your location. I think sometimes it's easy to drive by the turnoff at the dam there. That's the only thing I think. Sometimes you might end up down by the where the dock boats when you first come in. You just need to look for that right-hand turn. But kind of describe that.
Yeah, we're on the east side of the dam. Come across the dam, and right before the asphalt turns into gravel, you pull in, and then there's a sign that will direct you down to the marina. Or if you want to come in on the boat, we're on the east side, and you can come in and dock up your boat and come in and get something to eat.
Sounds good. And, of course, you have fuel as well for those boats.
Yep. We got 91 octane and 87, both non-ethanol. You can get fuel on the water, so, you have to pull your boat out. That's actually pretty dang convenient.
Oh, yeah, very much so. And a nice place there. I know you guys were doing a little work last year on that dock, which works really great with your circle drive around the trade winds. They can swing around and back the boat in and then come in and stock up. It's just really handy. So I hope folks will come see you. Mark, thanks for talking to us today, and thanks for calling us back.
All right, not a problem. Not a problem.
All right. Take care, man.
All right, later.
All right. There you go. Everything you need right there at Trade Winds Marina on the east side of the dam, Loop City, Nebraska, Sherman Reservoir. Man, that reservoir is, over the years, I can't imagine the amount of people and, getting down to the business side of it, the amount of revenue that lake has brought to that area. And, we're only about, 40 minutes away here from center of Custer County. I know a lot of folks in eastern Custer County, that's their go-to all the time. And it's just a nice place because you can go fishing after work, maybe get an hour early start after work when the hours get longer and get some fishing in any night of the week.
Yep.
Why don't we do that more often?
I don't know, Dave. Why don't we? Because you and I are old and our bedtime is 8 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm going to go fishing, but I need the next day off, right?
Yeah, right. There you go.
I could work today, but if I go fishing and I stay past 9, it's going to be too late. All right, we're going to play the, let's take a look at the school lunch menus first, I guess.
Okay. I'll get us started here, and we'll start you off at Gothenburg today. Well, we will start you at Gothenburg if I can get to the right day.
I can start at Thedford if you like.
Here we go.
Okay.
I got you. Gothenburg today. Mandarin chicken on rice, corn dog, pizza, Swede chef salad, a Sweetable, and deli sandwich all on the menu today at Gothenburg.
And a good morning to Steve Hornickel, who's dropped a note in our chat box. Thanks, Steve. Thanks for listening every day. We appreciate it. Here's Thedford School's menu: goulash, corn, and garlic toast.
Broken Bow today, made fresh beef chili with crackers, hot dog, fresh baked combo sub, ham and turkey charcuterie shaker with roasted flatbread, and the My Way Wing Station. Just slow it down, Brent. With breadstick. That's on the menu today at Bow.
At Arnold, it's corn dogs, fruit, vegetables, and milk.
Moving to Litchfield today, looks like they got chili dogs on the menu at Litchfield Public Schools.
Sand Hills School at Dunning, Runzas, Tri-Taters, and broccoli.
And Semmelmyrna today, made fresh beef chili with crackers, hot dog, ham and turkey charcuterie shaker with roasted flatbread. That's on the menu for you today at Semmelmyrna.
And for lunch at Ansley, I hope I get this right. You might have to help me with this. I don't know if I've ever read this before. Mastakali?
Okay.
Is that correct?
Sure.
Are you just leading me on? Or?
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know.
Mastakali, I believe.
Okay.
Mostacccioli.
Okay.
What is it?
I don't know. I don't know if I've had it.
It's food. Sounds Italian.
Yeah. Sergeant today, chili cheese fries or a stuffed potato, fruit cup, dinner roll, milk, and salad bar. That's at Sergeant today. Those are your school lunch menus. Your menu today at the Prairie Pioneer Center in Broken Bow: chicken casserole, broccoli, applesauce, and bread. If you want to eat at the Prairie Pioneer Center today, they ask that you call by 9 a.m. to let them know that you're coming. Number to call is 872-6121.
10 minutes before the hour of 7 o'clock, we're going to play the game. It's Runza Day today. So that means a chance to win a Runza prize. It's also the Big Pig Day.
Yep, chance to win a free pig in a blanket that they serve on Wednesday at Runza here in Broken Bow. After a 1,500-year break, the first Olympics of the modern era took place on April 6th, 1896. The question is, in which country? After a 1,500-year break, the first Olympics of the modern era took place on April 6, 1896, in which country? Your choices are Italy, Germany, France, or Greece. If you know, call us at 872-2801.
Check out Runza's Spicy Barbecue Bacon Burger. Whew, that's a tongue twister. Say that 5 times fast.
Runza Spicy Barbecue Bacon Burger. Runza Spicy Barbecue Bacon Burger.
No, I didn't actually.
Runza Spicy Barbecue Barbecue Bacon Burger.
Try Runza's Spicy Barbecue Bacon Burger with barbecue sauce, jalapenos, bacon, pepper jack cheese, and crispy onion strips. Because Runza makes it all better.
Remember, today is Pigs in a Blanket Day.
And we didn't get a call, so let's give it a try as far as providing the right answer.
Okay. Yeah, this was one you just didn't want to think too hard on.
Okay.
It was Greece.
Greece.
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
Okay.
That was the answer.
All right. We'll play again tomorrow. Your chance to win a prize during the breakfast show. I don't know how long we've been doing the trivia. It started out as trivia, and we would play theme songs off of TV shows and that sort of thing. That's how it all got started. And Lindner Insurance, who was our business partner at the time, brought in like 3 CDs with television themes on them. So we made a game out of it.
Ah, nice.
Yeah. So it's still going on.
Yes, it is.
Still happening. All right, some things that we wanted to quickly talk about here. You may have heard the show yesterday. The Donkey Basketball and Pasta Supper will be taking place at Anselmo Myrna Schools April 25th, and the public is sure to get a kick out of the upcoming Anselmo Public Schools Donkey Basketball fundraiser. And what perfect timing. They're going to be raising some money for several different things, but one of the ones we'll be thinking about is the fire departments and so forth, and they're going to have donation containers there. But it's also going to be very fun to watch Mr. Gaffney fall off a donkey.
Yeah, I think they're trying to get him to participate, it sounded like, from yesterday. So, but yeah, this is for the kids who make a trip to Washington, D.C. and New York City. So they're trying to raise funds to make that trip a reality. So we encourage you to get your tickets now and enjoy a great evening of entertainment. It is a lot of fun. So take it in. Donkey Basketball coming to Anselmo Myrna.
Yep, it's going to be fun. Also, a couple other stories that are being featured. The Anselmo Fire and Emergency Management released details on the Cooksleaf fire. That's on Sandhills Express and on the radio today. Also, a sad story. The fire marshal issued a statement regarding Monday's Wood River explosion at the ethanol plant where one person lost their life in that. That's a story on Sandhills Express this morning. And looks like Brent has coverage of the competition at the Overton Track and Field Invitational. That's on Sandhills, and I think you have that on Sports this morning.
Yes. Yep.
So.
Yep. And we also Broken Bow competed at the McCook Boys Golf Invitational yesterday, so that story's posted for you now as well.
All right. It is 7:54, and this is Wednesday already.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to spending the rest of the week with you. Lots of good shows coming up. Today, let's feature what's going on today.
Okay.
We're going to have a real comedian in the studio.
All right.
Professional.
Look forward to that.
Yes. Gary Menke will be in. He's been on the air with us before.
I believe so, yeah.
And he's also going to talk to a fellow comedian through the telephone here in the studio to highlight Henry's Callaway Bar is having comedy night. And I believe that's on Friday. And we'll be finding out more about that. So that should be fun.
Yeah, look forward to it.
Also, we're going to be talking about the Scenic Byway today. I believe Custer Federal State Bank paying for time to be featuring that. I believe that's the case. If not, Custer Federal will be in. And Shelter Mutual Insurance Teacher of the Month announcement today on The Breakfast Show. So those are some things that are coming up. Right now, here's Los Lonely Boys in Heaven.
April, but Brent's getting excited. We're 10-6.
Okay.
We're still in second place behind your Brewers.
Well, my beautiful Brewers, you betcha, man. They'll bomb anybody comes their way.
There's a lot of uncertainty in ag and business today. One thing you can always count on, though, is Nebraska State Bank, looking for ways to help local ag producers and businesses be successful. Right now, NSB is running an ag and commercial equipment loan special that features a 6.49% fixed interest rate for qualified customers. You heard that right, a 6.49% fixed interest rate. Call one of their local experienced ag loan officers at 872-2466 to find out more about this limited time loan special. Nebraska State Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Happy spring from all of us at Bow Bootery. It's time to get to work in this beautiful weather, so we've marked $30 off of work boots. The brands include Red Wing, Wolverine, Steel Blue, Twisted X Work, Skechers Work, and Tony Lama Work. New leather on your feet for spring? What a new season treat. Come shop and save $30 on a pair of work boots at Bow Bootery on the Square in Broken Bow.
Is pain keeping you from doing what you love? If your neck, shoulders, back, or knees are preventing you from feeling your best, it's time to take action. Whether you've had it for years or it's due to a recent injury, you don't have to live with the pain. Pearson Physical Therapy of Broken Bow offers personalized treatments and flexible appointments that work around your busy schedule. Call Pearson Physical Therapy at 872-5800 or visit us on the web at pearsonpt.com. The treatment you need, the care you deserve.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. The Supreme Court has a big decision to make today on the abortion pill mifepristone. It'll decide if a federal judge was within its rights when it restricted access. CBS's Jan Crawford.
This case is an effort by a conservative legal group in Texas to restrict access to abortion nationwide, even in states that would otherwise allow it.
A white homeowner in Kansas City is expected to be arraigned today for allegedly shooting a black teenager when he rang the wrong doorbell. Zach Double and his mother answered his cries for help.
There was blood from where he was at all the way up, all over the door. You hear about these things on the news over time, and then when it really happens to you, it's a life changer.
Fox agrees to pay Dominion Voting Systems more than $787 million to settle a defamation case out of court. CBS News legal analyst Ricky Kleeman says Dominion got what it wanted.
Lawyers go to court in civil cases to win money.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
In Nebraska news, a South Dakota man is headed to trial court. The case against a suspect accused of killing a Fauner Park horse trainer is headed to trial court in Hall County. 20-year-old Logan Hunt's horse is charged with murder, felony robbery, and 3 counts of use of a deadly weapon to commit a felony. Grand Island police arrested Hunt's horse on March 10th after the body of 62-year-old Todd Schur was found in a horse barn on the Fauner Park grounds. He had been shot in the stomach and suffered a large cut to his head. The judge presiding over the probable cause hearing held yesterday transferred the case to Hall County District Court. An arraignment hearing is scheduled for May 2nd. During the arraignment hearing, a suspect typically pleads guilty or not guilty to the charges faced. That's Nebraska News.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
In the NBA playoffs, we had 3 Game 2s, including the Suns beating the Clippers 123-109. Devin Booker led Phoenix with 38 points as they even up that series at a game apiece. Cavaliers knock off the Knicks 107-90. Darius Garland 32 points for Cleveland as they also even that series at 1-1. And the Celtics have a 2-0 series lead over the Hawks after a 119-106 win. Jason Tatum 29 points for Boston. NBA news: Golden State forward Draymond Green has been suspended for 1 game for his stomp on the chest of Sacramento's Domantas Sabonis. Green will not play in Game 3 against the Kings on Thursday. Memphis Grizzlies star John Morant's a game-time decision for tonight's Game 2 against the Lakers with a right hand injury. In the NHL, we had 4 more series openers in the Stanley Cup playoffs, including all 4 road teams posting wins, including the Kraken, who beat the Avalanche, the defending champs, 3-1. That's Seattle's first ever playoff win in franchise history. Rangers beat the Devils 5-1. Lightning over the Maple Leafs 7-3. Jets down the Golden Knights 5-1.
Here's your weatherology forecast. Partly sunny and breezy for today. Highs top out near 66 degrees. Winds north-northwesterly 10 to 20 miles per hour. Higher gusts possible. Tonight, mostly cloudy and continued breezy. Chance for rain showers developing. Lows drop to 37. Winds remain north-northwest, 10 to 25. And then Thursday, still breezy. Slight chance for afternoon rain showers. And highs make it into the upper 50s. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm Phil Jensko.
Countryside Killers, say your prayers. Sister Boniface is back on the case.
What is it, sister? I think we have a motive for murder.
The Cotswolds' brilliant Detective Nunn returns in BritBox's much-loved spin-off of Father Brown.
So he was... electrocuted, yes. How shocking. Oh.
Season 2 of Sister Boniface Mysteries is now streaming exclusively on BritBox.
Most intriguing.
Undeniably British, undeniably brilliant.
I'm Howard Mackler, founder of Innovation Refunds. You've heard me talking about the payroll tax refund for months. If you own a business, even if you've asked your CPA about this, you owe it to yourself to take another look. We provide a licensed and insured tax attorney who evaluates your company at my expense to determine eligibility. Businesses of all types can qualify, so go to getrefunds.com to potentially get a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. Download the Innovation Refunds app or go to getrefunds.com, getrefunds.com.
You're listening to KCNI KBBN Radio, 6 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock. And Gary Mentke is in the house. So we're going to take a time out and get set up for our, little preview of what's coming up at Henry's in Callaway next.
What's better than free? Nothing. Free is the best, and Bruning Bank has the perfect account for students and young adults getting started. With Bruning Bank's free checking account, you get all the perks with no pressure, no monthly service fees, no minimum balance, and you have access to online banking, bill pay, and mobile banking, and all services are mobile banking offers. Are you ready to get started with better banking? Visit us in person, online at bruningbank.com, or give us a call at 308-872-2757. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Tina with Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency, and I would love to discuss your home, auto, farm, or commercial coverage. I have several great carriers to choose from, so stop on in or call for an appointment, and we'll work together on a free, no-obligation quote. I'm at 914 South D Street in Broken Bow, or give me a call at 308-872-6996. Nebraska Owners Insurance under the Big Red Awning.
Gun Sense in Mason City would love to see you at their annual open house Saturday, April 29th. Join John and the team from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. at the store right on Highway 2 in Mason City. You can't miss it. The house in the orange and white stripes. It's time to get tactical and show everyone how to silence the Sandhills and own the night with suppressor and thermal weapon sight demos all day. Plus, you can shoot a suppressed Barrett M107 50 cal rifle. Open house at Gun Sense in Mason City, 9 to 4 Saturday, April 29th. Questions? Call John at 732-3348.
Your mornings sound better.
If you're driving in the car on the way to work, it just makes your day more enjoyable just listening to them.
The Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN.
8:08. Breakfast Show continues with some comedy, I believe, Brent.
Yay.
Bringing the ha-ha.
Yeah. Yes. Gary, good to see you. How are you?
Hey, I'm great. How are you guys doing?
Good.
You know what? Proud sponsor, the gun shop there in Mason City. Can't miss a big orange building.
Yes.
And I always laugh because they got a big sign, silencers.
Uh-huh.
Like you need one in Mason City. You know. Boom, boom, pop, pop.
Yikes.
Well, it is kind of a quiet little town.
It is a quiet little town.
Thanks for coming into the studio.
Oh,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Great to be here. I love it. You got dark lighting and candles and incense, and it's pants. No one's wearing pants today. It's awesome.
Well, I don't even know how to respond to that.
Well, I let people know where I'm at.
Yeah.
There's a nice crystal ball going and kind of disco in here.
It's homey for us.
Yeah, it's great.
You know,
we like a little subdued, so thanks for
Yeah,
describing
no problem.
that. Yeah. We have our other guest on the phone line. Do you want to introduce our next guest?
Well, our next guest, my good friend, Austin Anderson. He was on the TV show Workaholics. He's a regular at all the Funny Bones, and he was on America's Got Talent. And I don't know how we got him to come to Callaway, but he's coming to Callaway.
Awesome.
Hello, Austin.
Hey, guys. How are you all doing?
Doing good, buddy. Got our pants off today. Pants-free radio.
Well, I'm at my house, so I'm not wearing pants either.
All right. You're in the club. I love
it. We're all together here.
I feel really comfortable.
Good. Well, this is fun having you guys on, and looking forward to your performances at Henry's Callaway Bar Friday, right?
Friday night, 8 p.m., putting on a big show. It's going to be great.
All right.
We did one other show, sold it out, had locked front doors. People kept trying to come in.
Nice.
Got to keep the fire marshal happy.
How did you two get to meet? Was it just on the comedy circuit, or?
Boy, Austin, we've known each other probably 15, almost 20 years. I think we met at the Funny Bone.
Yeah, we met at the Funny Bone in Omaha, and that was many moons ago. I'm 39 now, and I was probably 23 when I met you, or 24. So it's been a while.
Yeah, I'm 90 in drug years. And
90 in drug years. I like that. Yeah. Hey, Austin, I have a question for you. Now, you've been on America's Got Talent, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Have you met have you met Simon Cowell? What is he like? Was he a judge when you were on it?
No, it was they had Howie Mandel.
Okay.
Sharon Osbourne and Piers Morgan.
Okay. All right.
So I actually ended up getting in an argument with Piers and then ripping my shirt off and threatening, challenging him to a fight.
Nice.
Which,
Did he
responded by calling me the worst comedian in the world?
Oh, well.
And that's who you're going to see in Callaway, everybody.
Yeah, not that. That was just because of my arguments with him. See, the whole thing behind that is when I was going out in front of live on 11.5 million people, my producer that was handling me, as I was going out live on stage, on worldwide television, she goes, "By the way, Piers Morgan doesn't like stand-up comedians." Like, why would you do that to someone? You know? And so he buzzed me, and I basically said, "I knew you were going to buzz me," and called him out, and then I had to rip off my shirt, obviously.
So are you on each other's Christmas card list now, or not?
You know what? For a while, I was like, he is my nemesis. But actually, a lot of the articles that he writes nowadays and the things he's against and stuff, I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
All right, you're coming back into my graces, Piers.
Comedy's doing better on America's Got Talent. Josh Blue made the final three. Vicky Barbalak, the Trailer Nasty Lady, and Michael Winslow the last 3 seasons. So comedy's picking up. Comedy's never won it on America's Got Talent because you never can beat children.
I got a minute 30 to talk, to tell jokes after a dancing lizard. It is not the setting for stand-up, let me tell you.
Well, I assume that somewhere like Henry's Callaway Bar is just perfect for you guys.
It's fun. I love going to small towns. They're so appreciative and stuff. It isn't like the Stones are coming through, and they dig it. The crowd's cool. I mean, I'm ready for hecklers. I'm ready to take on a rancher or farmer and then run.
You'll heckle back?
No, no one heckles, no one does anything. I'm ready though. I'm ready. I bring my girlfriend with me. She's like Beth from Yellowstone.
Oh,
so look
man.
out! If she has a bottle, she's either drinking it or she's hitting you with it. So get ready.
Sounds abusive.
Yes, it does, Austin.
Now, Austin, where are you coming from?
I'm originally from Omaha, but now I reside in the middle of nowhere, about 60 miles west of Omaha on a little homestead.
Nice. You can name the town, Austin. He lives in Bruno, Nebraska.
All right.
Population Austin and 16 other people.
Yeah, this is where this is ground zero for the militia. The fight against the coming of the Antichrist. So I have a cellar. It's good.
Do you have a street named after you?
I probably could just change all the streets and no one would know. So it's not a bad idea.
Well, it's pretty nice that you're in the center of the country, Austin. I imagine that makes traveling a little bit better. And when you fly, I suppose you can fly out of Omaha. It makes it convenient.
Yeah, well, in Grand Island there has, if no one knows this, if you want to go to Vegas, they have the best prices on flights to Vegas ever. Like they leave on Thursday and Sundays, and you can even get a ticket sometimes $40.
Wow.
And then lose your rest of your money when you get there.
Yeah. Getting there is cheap, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's I fly that airline. It'll be unnamed. It's very cheap, but it's like your uncle's airline. You know, you pick the dates you want to go, and they go, "Nah, this week we're just going Thursday to Sunday. Can you help us push the plane on the tarmac?"
Nice.
So, it's just a crop duster. That's what they fly.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Have you guys, either one of you or both, played Vegas?
I've played Vegas lots of times, and there's so many shows. You know, you do so many shows. They go all day into the night that you just really got to do one set, or you're going to repeat a joke by the fifth show at night. And I remember the first time I played there, it was good money, but they didn't tell you how many shows. I was used to emceeing for little dough, and the money was like triple. And then I go, holy cow, I've been on stage 56 times because I'm emceeing, bringing up everybody. Yeah. This is a lot of work. I did 25,000 steps.
And did you enjoy Vegas? Austin, do you like playing there?
Yeah, I like it. You know, I abstain from the vices there. Not in the past. You know, I've wandered the town holding a bottle of Jack 1.75. That was not pleasant. But the other times that I've been there, I find it fascinating. Good place to people watch.
Yeah, I'm going to be there the first weekend in September at the Jimmy Kimmel Comedy Club.
Oh, nice.
So if you're in Vegas, I'll be there.
All right. That sounds
Our
great.
signal go that far?
Well, online it does. I guess we get some listeners, on the internet, but our signal does not, Gary. But well, that's cool. So really, as you guys are talking here, and I'll come back to you, Austin. It's pretty cool that you're able to play Callaway, Nebraska, and also Vegas and all over the country, I assume. So I know that Henry's excited about it and appreciates having you guys there. Do you like smaller venues as well, Austin?
Oh yeah, I love them. I've played a lot of theaters, as Gary, going on the road with other comics and stuff, and it's fun playing in front of 2,000 people, but kind of you get lost, almost in the audience when they reciprocate with laughter. It's not like an intimate venue with like a bunch of people that are close together and laughing together and stuff. So, while the ego and vanity loves the theater, the good comedy is always best in a small, intimate place.
Even Dave Chappelle, I mean, he outgrew clubs a long time ago, but he still loves doing clubs. He pops in and plays for free, and because he loves the intimacy and stuff. I mean, I toured Michael Bublé for 6 years, 15,000 to 30,000 people. Yeah, it's fun. The money's fun. But it's something like just being 3 feet away from people, and having low ceilings and, people can't smoke anymore, but I like that smoky haze. And,
so did I. I miss it. It was the smell of freedom.
There you go.
Now, I'm sure both of you guys go all across the country. So when you go to different parts of the country, I mean, the personality of people is different. Can you just talk a little bit about reading the room?
Yeah,
when you go to different places?
You got to read the room, because you're going to get a whole different response on a Trump joke in Seattle than Birmingham, Alabama.
Yes.
A good comparison.
Compare. But, people are people, and everyone wants to escape and just forget about their rent and their problems and everything for an hour or two, and that's what we're here to do. We're not really political or anything. We're not dirty. We just bring the funny and more life experiences. I talk about my autistic wonder son, and my dad being a principal, which made me a virgin and got beat up every day, and I could do an hour on my ex-wife, but it gets boring after a while. I was, so many kinds of COVID, but first COVID lockdown. I got by myself. I got so lonely, I called her. Do you know her?
Yeah, no, I don't.
Well, that's painful. And I call her, and her boyfriend answers the phone and goes, "She's not here." And I go, "What are you wearing?" You know, just.
Well, you just had to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, Austin, what do folks, when they see and hear your show, what are some of the things that you cover?
You know, as of late, I really like getting into, my experiences, which have turned into stories, observations about the world, and, kind of just the foolish things that we do as humans.
Yes.
Instead of, trying to help people laugh about that instead of, worrying about how, they may look or stuff like that. So just opening up life and making people realize that you shouldn't take it so serious, but there's a lot to laugh about.
That's well said. We kind of have a theory around here. When we really get serious about making fun of somebody, it works better if we make fun of ourselves, right? Because we know what our faults and shortcomings are, and it's okay to kind of highlight that if you're doing it. And so that's kind of we just recently saw a comedian who, the poor guy, struggled. It was one of those nights where maybe you were talking about reading the room.
Yeah.
Started off from the get-go and didn't have it read closely at all, and it was kind of painful for everybody.
Yeah. I enjoy those moments. Go back to your day job.
Yeah. But I wonder if you guys, honestly, as good as you are, I suspect there's sometimes
everyone has ate it before, or you haven't been in comedy. I've done 7,274 shows.
Wow.
And I've eaten it twice. And I just read the whole situation wrong.
Yeah. How about you,
I did a show for Shriners once when I was like 24. Oof. That was silent.
How do you get out of that, guys? Once you're... Go ahead.
I just pushed through. I just went through it, and if they didn't laugh, they didn't laugh, just because that was so unusual.
Yeah.
And, the worst is...
I knew it wasn't me.
The worst is if you're replacing somebody.
Oh.
And they're there to see that guy. I did a corporate for the Red Hat ladies. Oh. You know these ladies?
Yes.
Yeah, blue is a good color for hair. And the oxygen was flowing nicely, and everyone had their red hat and tee on. And they paid big money, and Jackie Mason was supposed to be there. And instead of Jackie Mason, they got me. And it didn't go well. Is anybody going to give me a little prune tang tonight? It's just, it didn't go well.
Yeah. Well, that's got to be...
It's going to go great at Henry's this Friday night, 8 p.m. You can get tickets on Eventbrite. You can go to Henry's and save yourself some money. There'll be $10, or you can call the comedy hotline 407-694-1538. And if you're from Berwyn, it's 407-694-1538. Get discount tickets there. You can go to eventbrite.com. And we're going to have a great time this Friday night. Austin Anderson, Workaholics, America Got Talent, Professional. We all play the Funny Bones and Improvs all over the country, and we've opened for everybody. And this weekend, you get to see us in Callaway. It really is like you get to see Pearl Jam in a small bar, but
Sweet.
different.
That's going to be great.
By the way, I just got to get this out. Gary's a fellow Cubs fan, right? Yep, fellow Cubs fan.
How do you feel
awesome.
about that, Austin? You got a Cub fan as a buddy?
Yeah, well, I do actually. I have several, and I just let them be them, Let them be them.
That's what I'm trying to do.
That's what Dave does with me. He just lets me
every
be me.
109 years,
exactly.
we get a World Series, and we got Bill Murray on our team, and that's
absolutely
that's true.
And I worked with this comic who does the best impression of Harry Carey.
Oh, man.
But Harry Carey's been passed. He's missed a couple generations. And he was up there doing it, and the owner of the club's like, What is he talking about?
Who's he imitating?
Like Little Green Apple. Steve, get me a Budweiser. Get this guy off the stage. But I love the Cubs, and some years are going, I hope they win as many games as the Bears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, fortunately, this year they've already won more.
Yeah.
So thank goodness.
Hey, Austin, thanks for hanging with us. I hope everybody will come out and check your show out, and Gary's, of course. I think it's really fantastic that you guys will be in Callaway on Friday night to have some fun with the locals.
We want to plug our sponsors to make it possible. Cobblestone Inn, great place to stay there in Cozad. Jack's Welding, anything you want done with metal. And Norm's Paint and Drywall. He does painting and drywall from Gothenburg to Broken Bow. So
all right.
Those are our sponsors.
Nice.
All right. Now, Austin, I have one final question for you.
Yeah.
I see your picture here, and you've kind of got, your cheek in your hand. You look very like a very deep thinker there. Was this photograph on purpose?
I typically don't even like taking photos because I'm just always like, all right, that one's not very particular, I suppose. And but I did like that one. And yeah, I think that the main, one of the main jobs of the comedian is really to study and observe and to write.
Yeah.
So I typically get up early in the morning and I read and write and probably stare at my computer in that exact same face you see in that picture.
Or you can just tell the truth. That's your high school photo, and you look fantastic. And Sarah still has fond memories from the prom. So.
I actually think it looks somewhat like one of those political ads where they have it in black and white, and
he looks like a deep thinker.
Yeah,
in the picture.
yeah,
He really
yeah.
does.
Well, let's find out.
Yeah.
Friday night, right, guys?
Friday night, 8 p.m. Tickets 407-694-1538. You can go to eventbrite.com, and that's BRITE, eventbrite.com. Get your tickets at the door if you want. You can go down to Henry's, buy them there. He's got a special deal for you. And it's going to be an awesome show. I mean, money back guarantee. If you tell me I'm wrong, I'll tell you you're wrong.
All right. And by the way, as you mentioned earlier, the fire marshal will only let so many people in Henry's.
We packed it out last time, and we'll pack it out this time.
So don't wait to get those tickets,
No,
right?
don't wait. And we appreciate you having us on. Thank you very
our
much.
pleasure.
Yeah, great. Thanks for coming in.
Austin Anderson, thanks a lot.
Yes, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Yep, have a good day.
Yep, you too. Bye.
And Gary Menke, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
And we'll look forward to the show this Friday at Henry's Callaway Bar.
just $4.99 a pound. Chairman's Reserve family packs of boneless pork sirloin chops are $2.39 a pound. Red, yellow, and orange bell peppers are 5 for $5, or pick up Frito-Lay Doritos or Sun Chips, 2 for $8. Gary's Superfoods, proud to serve you on South B Street in Broken Bow, online at GarySuperfoods.com.
When you visit RT Ace Hardware in Broken Bow this month, you're saving. Quick and free in-store sign-up to be an Ace Rewards member will bring you deals all year. Right now, save on Scott's Naturescapes Color Guard Mulch in Sierra Red, Classic Black, or Deep Forest Brown, 4 for $20. Perfect around trees, shrubs, flowers, and vegetables. It doesn't just look good, it contains only natural products. No construction debris or pallet wood here. Shop RT Ace Hardware all month long in Broken Bow.
Hi, this is Dr. Jency Ross. Summer will be here before we know it, which means right now is the time to get your kids' eye exams scheduled. Don't wait, as appointments do fill up fast. We don't need a study to be conducted to know that sharp vision in the classroom is important. Dr. Sanger and myself are here to make sure you and your family are seeing 20/20. Remember, all kindergartners need checks completed. We'll see you soon at Prairie Eye Care on the Square in Broken Bow.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show with Dave and Brent.
It is 8:33. Good to have you along and enjoyed our guests this morning. Don't forget to get those tickets early for Henry's Callaway Bar's Comedy Night this coming Friday at 8 o'clock. And again, they can only hold, I think Henry told me, like 105 people in there. And they move tables out, and so get your tickets early. Also, Christine was in. That's Christy.
Yes.
Wells, asking us to be sure and give away some free tickets to the Donkey Ball basketball game coming up.
Wonderful.
And since she was nice about it, we'll try to do that before we close.
Okay, we'll
the show.
try to remember.
Don't let me forget.
Yeah.
So,
she might come in later yet and remind us again.
Oh, she just might.
Which is good.
It's possible.
We need to be held accountable.
We might see her again if we're lucky.
Yeah.
So let's just visit with Mrs. Tion here next on the... Oh, wait, you're not.
I'm not.
Who are you?
I'm Tammy at the Custer County Museum.
Tammy. Oh, I should have looked over there.
I just got the text 5 seconds ago before I walked in. You're on your own.
I'm just kidding you. I knew who you were.
I was called other names this week at conference. It's like, are you Vicky? I said, nope.
No, I'm Tammy.
So maybe there's a twin out there. I don't know.
There you go.
Familiar voice, because Tammy oftentimes works with our news department, Grant, and features some of the things that are going on with the Historical Museum here, Custer County Museum here in Broken Bow, and you've always got something going on.
Yeah.
Recent tour you had?
Yes, recent tour we just had. We had a good time, and yes, we did use our windshield wipers on Saturday.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. Maybe we should have did it earlier and went out on them roads doing so that dirt was settled, but we weren't in mud. So it's like, woo.
Would you go out with the bus again and do that?
I could go daily if that helps.
Yeah, we could use the rain, no doubt about it. Sounds like you had a good time, and people...
We had a good time, and the camaraderie or the networking in there is... People like to take that, even though they've lived there or had part of that community, and then they add their own personal stories to some of those different things, or show us around. When we get there, we kind of do a impromptu showing, I guess. So, but telling, and then we didn't have any storm this year. That was last year's doing. We had this Thursday night storm down in the Mason City Litchfield that just shut down a lot of things. But this year we had a couple of dozen. Good. The bus was enjoyable in that group, that amount, and doing. So we went through over the hills and through the valleys, and we went and learned some things.
I think, Tammy, in your in the story that was on the air previous to the event, the snippet that was in your voice was like, people like sometimes you would think maybe they wouldn't to go to where something was, but they do like standing and with their imagination and probably some
I have the pictures
Yeah.
from my head sometimes that gives you what that area looked like once, the then and now type thing. And they like to be there where that once happened. and experience that. Say, I stood in my ancestors' footprints that way.
Well, you know better than anybody, people travel a long ways to do just that.
Yep,
right?
they do. They come from far and wide to see that family history and look at, get something of that, or stand on that homestead land or where they once owned a building or something.
Yeah.
And to connect with maybe living relatives when they come back, or sometimes they'll bring the cousins with them and they'll all come together. So it's always an interesting do. I had a call this week of, for next week, to a gentleman looking up the dance halls. And that's a different type of a research piece.
Yeah.
But they had dance halls all over the different areas. So he's going to come and he's going to start on a statewide book of the dance halls or ballrooms that we've had throughout.
That would be fascinating, I think.
Yeah, so it's not just local, it's, sharing that with other things to make a bigger concept in that way. But yeah, that local history is we went here and there and up over and just like, well, let's see here, how's this road? The wipers are going, it's like, well, okay, we get off of this one, we're back over here.
But you made it.
Yep, we made it.
Before we go too far here, I should mention that Custer Federal State Bank is making this time available for this talk that we're having here this morning. And you have some notes, so just continue on, Tammy.
Yes. I wanted to cover, and fresh off the press, we did get our passport books. We are a stop on the Nebraska Tourism Passport, and it starts May 1st, so no, we cannot stamp them yet, but you can pick them up. As I always like to do, I like to open them up and kind of give it a where my destinations will take me this year, and then you can fill in. So which highway I want to take to here or there, and then one of my kids lives in Beatrice and one in Kearney, and we have to go out. My brother in Ogallala, so this summer for some things. So it'll be venture that way and venture back on a different road. So it gives us those same travels of seeing those sites along the way. But yeah, there's some, like the one is south of Ogallala, so I'll adventure a little bit south of Ogallala this summer when I go out and see the area down there. So, but it has a alphabetic list by town, and then through that it has the map, has the description of the places and the hours. But it's a system that is a no cost to do, and it brings you to a place that you normally might not go to, but it kind of gives you a destination. I think some of my tour people on the bus talk, and they a couple of them do all 70 stops, multiple years now. And it gives them one said they were getting their bathroom done last year, so they didn't have any facility at the house, so they took off for the week and venture through Nebraska.
Nothing better than getting away from a remodel.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so use that as like, well, what are you doing? And schedule it during that. So it takes you to places that you see those hidden gems across the state, and you never know. Like the one I stopped at one year was, it said wine and coffee, and I don't drink either one.
Mm-hmm.
Strange, but I don't. And I thought, okay, I gotta go see what this is, and it was an antique shop in there.
Nice.
I was like, oh, I'll go to that.
Here we go. Well, I noticed too, Tammy, that on the map, which is really well done, by the way, we're lucky to have on the Scenic Byway and also roadways up through North Loop and Sargent and Comstock, and then, of course, Highway 2. Quite a few stops that people can make in our area, right?
Yeah. Here in town, we have the museum, the Custer County Museum, the Visitors Barn, or the Byways Barn there. And then we also have in Custer County, the Sargent Rescue Bar. And then up and down the Highway 2, we have in Ashby, we have Calinda's Pot Shop and Gallery. And then in Grand Island, we have Railroad Town down there. So we up and down the highway, or inner county has several. And then our neighbors have a few. Burwell has some, and North Loop and Scotia have some, and Kearney and Lexington, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of.
That's great.
And getting one stamp or one stop. If you stop at the museum, pick up your book, and if it's after May 1st or after, you are entered in their basic prize system. And the prize system, in the back of it, is their thing, their prize system. All 70 would get you your bigger prize drawing. Omaha Steaks for the month for steak box for the Omaha Steaks monthly steak box, a combo meal for a year at Runza, weekly, 2-night stay in a cabin. So that's the master prize, a big grand prize drawing. Up ahead there, you have one stamp gets you into the basic drawing of the bottom one there. Of some lottery tickets, 2-night stay at a park, and some others. So they, along all of the stops, don't have to contribute a prize, but some of them do to this system, so that you can get like Baker's chocolates, or you can get popcorn from North Loop, or you can get some different things. So it depends upon what the year is and who they do. And then 10 stamps will get you magnet and the lottery coupons. 25, which is half of them, or not quite half, would be a calendar, and it's a beautiful calendar. And then they have a postcard that you can peel off as part of the picture.
Nice.
And then a campfire mug. You get all 70. You get the T-shirt, the luggage tag. It looks like lotteries, as well as the mug, the calendar, and the coupon, and the magnet thing. So, but you get a variety. And then in the back there is the little prize type thing, and it is a physical stamp, as well as a digital stamp. So you can do either way. The digital app will not be active until May 1st. Okay. So the physical part is, doing. Did I bring my little box here? Yes, I did.
You did?
I
On short
did.
notice.
I could show you my little thing. So this is the physical stamp that you get. And each one of these so it's not required that you have any or all, you have to have at least one, digital, paper, or you can also do a selfie at their window, because you have to have that logo. But you do your little thing and you say cha-chink.
And there
but
you
on
go.
your little prize entry form, you would have that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, you can go all in and try to make all 70. You can do what you can fit in. I think one of the things here, Brent, is that it gives you a boost out the door. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Get in the car. Let's go see what we can find. Follow the map here and see how many we can get in. Whereas otherwise, you might not.
Yeah,
get
it gives
started.
you a reason to go.
Yeah, not get started. And I see here each one of the stops is described here in the booklet as well. And I see Custer County Museum at 445 South 9th Avenue. And I was going to ask you this question anyway. A lot of people, I think, probably end up at your museum for lots of good reasons, but one of those would, of course, be the photographer Solomon D. Butcher.
Yes.
And that's very important.
Yes. So we have the photo gallery of Mr. Butcher, and he took this sod house picture. So you can say that's our pioneer history in photos. And that gives it what it looks like. A picture is worth 1,000 words, and there's millions of words on that wall.
Yeah.
In that. So that photography gives you a real life what it looked like. You don't have to imagine it, you can see it. So, and then we do link with, that's the history, but he didn't just say take Custer County. He did a few others, but his primary is Custer County, but he did a few other counties and a few other, like he did up to Valentine. He did some Wounded Knee pictures that we don't have up quite yet, but that's our next adventure. And then he does have some Chadron ones. He does have some Buffalo County, Cozad. He has a few Sherman County, but he had kind of around his neighborhood, I guess.
It took a little while to travel back then. So.
Yeah, in your horse and buggy.
Yes.
And, you can figure you can do 20 miles in a horse and buggy and repeat it daily.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
That, taking his mobile studio, which is his wagon, out and doing those things. And I'm sure Amazon did not deliver to his buggy.
Yeah.
nor to make sure his chemicals were temperature controlled.
Yeah, that is. So that was a different means, but he ended up with, for the most part, and. The Library of Congress does have those digitized, so the State Historical Society has the negatives, and they digitize them, and they're stored on the Library of Congress website. And so you can see those in poster size and clarity. That way you can see that, I think on one of Dave's grandma's ones, there's a whole nest of chicks underneath of her dress.
Which you wouldn't have saw with the original picture.
No, there's little blonde chicks underneath of a kind of her dress, and it was the skirt of her dress, and it's like they're just kind of peeping out underneath of there. And I'm thinking, what was she doing? I guess displaying the.
Yeah, and some of them I remember when they previewed the new digital reproductions, is you could see inside a sadi where you couldn't see inside of it before, so you could see some of the things inside.
Yeah, so you can take some of those and zoom in on some of those things. And with the technology pieces, you change your contrast a little bit in that, and they're all black and white, so they're just different hues of black and white, gray. So in between there, but it brings out like a hidden figure in behind something, or you can see inside the house what the bed is sitting directly in front of the door for the best breeze that might come through.
Sure.
Yesterday's breeze, it would have went right through.
Yeah, and in the winter, they moved it back in the corner next to the
away from
stove,
that breezy door, yep.
Well, that's some of the things you get to talk about, but the Custer County Museum, a great place for folks to stop and get history, the butcher photos. You've showed me around in there at different times. It's ever changing. You always have different things going on.
Yep, and we've reset some displays this winter, and it laid out some of our technology or computer area too, and just changing over the winter makes it some different things, as that is our slower time, but puts things in a new perspective, or brings somebody else's things out. So we trade things so they're not always out all the time, so that somebody else's item that's been donated over the years has a time to be showcased.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Events coming up.
Okay.
Our next event, starting of this passport, is May 1st, but our event we are hosting is the Pie Social.
Ooh.
Pie and ice cream, June 9th. And it will be a business after hours, so it's after 5 o'clock. And entertainment, we'll have a couple of cowboy poets. R.P. Smith and Don Shada will be our entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
So always a good show on that. And so that'll be it's usually a Pie Social runs a couple of hours. So in the middle of that will be the entertainment. In that, so it's a variety of pies. You can dip up the different ones or whatever. I think the most touted one or hottest pie going. It's not hot pie, but it's the hottest pie.
Oh, I see. I got you.
Choke cherry.
Choke cherry.
Oh yeah, that would get my vote.
It goes first, and there's usually 2 pies there, and it is gone within the first hour.
That's when again? June
9th.
Okay.
At the museum, and it will be a Friday night, and it is the our opening of summer kind of, and our doing, but it usually runs in that first part of June, in that. So.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, well, we're just about out of time, but we do want to encourage folks starting May 1st. Well, you can pick these up anytime, right?
Yes, we can pick them up now to make your schedule, highlight your book, fold your pages, and I usually end up and put a couple sticky notes on which trip I need to stop at on this way, especially if I go to Lincoln or Omaha. Those little towns like Papillion or Denson or those, they're not under Omaha, they're under Denson. And I went right past one year, and I got all the way through all the things, and it's like, oh, that's a different town right there.
Now, Tammy, the passport booklet, they're available at the museum.
Yep.
Right?
Yes.
Are they also available at every stop on the passport program?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Yes,
right.
And usually the chamber has a supply of them also. So it's not just here that has them. So some of the other Chambers will have them or that way along the way. But each stop has a supply. And they just arrived, I think, yesterday while I was gone. Yeah. So, but hot. I opened it last night. It's like, yes, they're here.
All right, folks. Go ahead.
Well, one other thing. As anybody else, the barn has had a little thing on there about needing volunteers.
Mm-hmm.
We talked yesterday about at one of the conferences of everybody clear across the state in things in the museum group needing volunteers. The barn has talked about needing volunteers for their extra hours for this. Some of the things that we need, a greeter on Saturday is what we would like to ask for. And we are planning on teaming up with a veteran, a greeter, so our host or things, meeting that person at the door, asking them where they're from or where they're going to.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you kind of know if they're already been through the Sandhills or they're going to the Platte Valley in that way. And you kind of get to travel with them if you ask where they've been or how they're going to. And they might ask some questions, what they've been through, what they've seen or what they're doing. So some of that, you get to travel, but you're staying stationary.
Yeah, there you go.
So you have that greeting, but you make sure and check them in. Then it's just basically make sure you sign our guest register, and that gets them in. Our volunteers, we do from dusting glass and photo frames, which is constant on those on those butcher pictures. Vacuuming floors, monthly type things. Filing papers is a constant type thing. Everything happens in the news, and we have to keep filing it.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true.
And then the next stage of that would be on the computer and scanning papers into the computer and making that copy digital in that way. The other piece I have is some of my volunteers are in different age groups, age things or requirements. Do you need community service for something like a club or an organization or a housing or a school project? Some of the volleyball kids need to have a little community service in the summertime to do some things on their team. Shows that they're involved that way. So some of those pieces, and it's always more fun to do it as a group. So if the groups would like to come in and do some scanning or some things, I know the kids would come in on that part and definitely jump on that technology things.
You bet.
You don't have to be history oriented. You have to be technology oriented. And also on the other way, you don't have to be computer oriented in order to do dusting.
That's true. Yes, that's very basic, but
yeah.
All right, Tammy, thanks so much.
Yeah, and thank you to Custer Federal State Bank for our time today.
All right, appreciate it. We'll take a time out, continue with these words.
Cattlemen, spring is here and things are starting to green up. But alongside the good green like pasture grass and trees come the bad greens. Musk thistles, mullenweed, buckbrush, and other weeds. Let Aero Aviation help you get the bad green under control this spring. They use the latest in aircraft and GPS technology and crop protection products while keeping the good green in your pocket. Call Casey, Melissa, or Kim today and schedule spring spraying with Aero Aviation, 872-5113.
Start checking items off your warm weather to-do list with the help of Ansley Lumber and Supply. They have the materials you need. LP Smart Siding featuring premium diamond coat technology will protect your home for years to come. To protect from the top, ask about shingles and other roofing options. Need to rework or build a deck? Ansley Lumber has great material options there too. Strong, high-quality materials to keep your home safe and strong for years, all from their friendly, knowledgeable staff to help you along the way. Ansley Lumber and Supply, Main Street, Ansley.
It's a KCNI KBBN radio tradition, and it starts April 25th. Senior Salutes are back, our little way of recognizing the amazing seniors in our listening area. Brought to you by local businesses. Listen through May 12th as we salute each and every one of the hardworking seniors by congratulating them and telling you their future plans going forward. Area graduations are happening in the weeks ahead. Congratulate an amazing senior and listen for Senior Salutes on KCNI KBBN Radio.
With spring activities just getting underway, you may be experiencing some aches and pains. Call Team Physical Therapy at 872-5111. We offer state-of-the-art equipment and techniques to help you recover from back injury, muscle strain, or surgery. Call your movement rehabilitation specialist at 872-5111 or check us out at any of our locations in Broken Bow, Burwell, Gothenburg, Kearney, or Callaway. Let Team Physical Therapy get you back into shape for spring. 872-5111.
Ready to get your garden and flower beds going for the season? Make your way to the beautiful Sun Valley Landscaping in Ansley. Chas and her staff have worked hard to offer you a great variety of plants for any space. From vegetables for your garden to hanging baskets for your porch and trees and shrubs as well. Go explore the greenhouse Monday to Saturday 10 to 5 and Sunday noon to 5. Located east of the fire hall off Highway 2 in Ansley, Sun Valley Landscaping.
8:57. Brent and Dave with you here on the Breakfast Show. Wow, what a morning we're having here. Let's jump in. I could sure use a cup of coffee at a historical place here in Custer County. I know there's a few places that have history. We just learned a lot about it, but I'd like a cup of coffee with that or something kind of special.
There you go. We'll send you to Brubaker's Coffee House and Gifts in Arnold. If you haven't made the drive over there, we encourage you to stop in to shop for novelty gifts and decor for everyone. They've got everything covered. Gifts for men, women, kids, babies, even your pet. Spring has arrived in full force with beautiful flowers, trees, rose plants, butterflies, birdhouses, and more. So stop in and see what they have at Brubaker's Coffee House and Gifts in Arnold, Nebraska. They are your historic destination barista bar and gift shop right in our backyard at Brubaker's Coffee House in Arnold, where coffee with a friend is always a good idea. They're open Tuesday through Friday 8 to 5 and open Saturday from 9 to 3 at Brubaker's Coffee House and Gifts in Arnold.
Marty Health Mart in Broken Bow is excited to see you this spring. Right now, 650 milligram calcium with vitamin D3 is $11.49. Or get 500 milligram caplets with vitamin D3 for $7.99. Save on Century 50 Plus multivitamin and multiminerals for women or men. 100 count tablets are $6.99. 300 count for adults 50 and over are $12.99. As are Century Adult 300 counts. Marty Health Mart, downtown Broken Bow. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Tired of having people repeat things for you or maybe even yell at you? Learn about the latest hearing technology and have a hearing consultation and have your hearing instruments cleaned for free at a special 10-day event in Broken Bow with Custer County's newest Audiology and Hearing Center. Call today to schedule April 10th to the 14th and April 17th to the 21st. Go to 805 South F Street and get a free gift just for stopping by. RSVP to 308-270-3175. Space is limited. 1 minute before the hour of 9 o'clock, Brent and Dave with you here on The Breakfast Show. We were instructed or requested or asked or told from
I think,
from Christine to give away a couple tickets to the Donkey Basketball, which is coming up on April 25th. That's Tuesday, April 25th at 7 p.m. So saddle up for some amusing evening of entertainment for the whole family. Raise some money for the students who are making money so they can go to D.C. and New York on a big trip. And also there'll be chances for you during the pasta supper that they're having previous to the donkey competition, basketball competition, to make some donations to our local fire department specifically, and Selma Myrna in this case, I believe.
Yep.
So that's all going to take place on Tuesday, April 25th at 7 p.m. I love the look on your face when I introduced Tammy as Mrs. Tion.
Well, yeah, I did. I just got this blank look. I'm like, I hope Dave knows that Tammy Hendrickson is here, not Linda today. But then I understood where you were going with that.
Well, I thought, yeah, Brent's been, he has to kind of guide me once in a while these days. And he probably thought, oh, boy, here we go off the rail again. My trick this time.
Yeah, it was a good one.
All right, we're going to just make it real simple because we want everybody to get there that can. We have 2 Donkey Basketball promotional tickets that we're going to give away during the news, which is coming up next. Call us at 872-2801 and win yourself a couple of tickets to watch Mr. Gaffney fall off a donkey. That should be worth it right there. News is next.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Just in from Boston, a federal judge has agreed to delay a hearing for the 21-year-old accused of leaking government secrets online for another 2 weeks. The Massachusetts Air National Guardsman has been in jail since he was arrested last week. The Supreme Court to decide whether a federal judge in Texas was within bounds when he ruled a commonly used abortion pill should be suspended nationwide. Paula Avila-Guillen heads the Women's Equality Center.
The question that the court needs to resolve, if the authority of FDA is an authority that, for instance, a federal judge, in this case in Texas, could override.
Kim Jong-un claims North Korea has built its first ever military spy satellite. Reporter Alex Jensen from Seoul.
Not only is North Korea seeking to counter the U.S. and South Korea, but such a launch would also be condemned as a breach of UN Security Council resolutions.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Nick Cope.
In NFL news, the 49ers have received calls from several teams looking into a potential trade for quarterback Trey Lance. According to NFL media, San Francisco has not been making the calls, but has been fielding them. It's the last day of top 30 visits for draft prospects. NFL media reports that C.J. Stroud is visiting with the Falcons, and the Ravens are bringing in Anthony Richardson. The NBA has suspended Warriors forward Draymond Green for Game 3 of their series with the Kings after stomping on Domantas Sabonis' chest in Monday night's Game 2 loss in Sacramento. The league said the suspension was based in part on Green's history of unsportsmanlike acts. On the court Tuesday night, the Celtics took a 2-0 series lead by beating the Hawks 119-106. Cavaliers rolled past the Knicks 107-90, evening the series at a game apiece. And the Suns evened the series with the Clippers, taking Game 2 123-109.
Here's your weatherology forecast. Partly sunny today with our high nearing 66. North winds between 15 and 20 and gusting as high as 30. Some rain showers are possible overnight with a low around 38. North winds still between 15 and 25 and gusting as high as 35. Rain showers are possible throughout Thursday, otherwise sunny with a high of 58. Northwest winds still between 15 and 25, and partly cloudy over Thursday night with a low around 29. Sunshine on Friday. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Kara Foster.
Countryside Killers, say your prayers. Sister Boniface is back on the case.
Bingo. What is it, sister? I think we have our motive for murder.
The Cotswolds' brilliant Detective Nunn returns in BritBox's much-loved spin-off of Father Brown.
So he was... electrocuted, yes. How shocking. Oh.
Season 2 of Sister Boniface Mysteries is now streaming exclusively on BritBox.
Most intriguing.
Undeniably British, undeniably brilliant.
I'm Howard Mackler, founder of Innovation Refunds. You've heard me talking about the payroll tax refund for months. If you own a business, even if you've asked your CPA about this, you owe it to yourself to take another look. We provide a licensed and insured tax attorney who evaluates your company at my expense to determine eligibility. Businesses of all types can qualify, so go to getrefunds.com to potentially get a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. Download the Innovation Refunds app or go to getrefunds.com, getrefunds.com.
It is 9:04, almost 9:05. You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show on this Wednesday. We're happy about that. We have another Brent in the lobby. Should we maybe bring that person in and find out what...
I think we should.
What two Brents in the same room will do?
Well, I don't know. I think we should bring a Brent in that certainly is, more knowledgeable and professional than the one sitting in the studio right now.
No, I don't think. I think you're both professional.
Okay.
I don't.
I think knowledgeable, though, the other Brent has me. Don't you think?
Well, certainly about insurance coverage.
I would say that, yes.
We'll find out more right after these words. It's 54 degrees outside under we'll call it overcast right now. Winds are picking up out of the northwest, 15 to 25. Fire danger index will be high today.
Today's agriculture demands expertise, and no lender delivers more ag expertise than Farm Credit Services of America. More than simply having the financial products and services you need to do business, we have the knowledge and commitment to help grow your business. From financing the next season to growing the next generation, we work to achieve your goals. We're Farm Credit Services of America. Call 800-884-FARM. Agriculture works here.
Why? Just think about it. Why is the #1 selling brand of chainsaws not sold at Lowe's or the Home Depot? We can give you over 10,000 reasons. That's how many authorized local steel dealers you can find across the country. Visit one and you'll find a range of dependable gas and battery-powered tools, from trimmers to blowers. And you'll find service from experienced professionals. Real steel. Find yours at steelusa.com. Lowe's and Home Depot are trademarks of their respective companies.
9:07, as we mentioned, 54 degrees outside. Brent Custer is here.
Good morning.
And Shelter Insurance is rolling along, I understand.
Yes. All's good in the world of insurance right now, so I can't complain.
Good. There's a commercial that I've been told to play. Can you tell us a little bit about this commercial?
Yeah, we can jump into that. My marketing major that I had in college, came through, and we were talking about a jingle, and we talked to you guys about it and some other people. So we decided as the Custer County Foundation to hire a professional firm to do this jingle. And we'll love to hear what the people what the people think of this. So,
all right, let's just play it right now.
Okay.
Here it is for you.
Preserving our heritage, planning our future. Custer County Foundation.
The Custer County Foundation has been investing in the future of our community since 1991. From Anselmo to Broken Bow, Callaway to Arnold, Sargent to Ansley, and so many more. We're driven by generosity, and it's all because of people like you giving back to your community. We take pride in helping to save for the future. You can make a difference by being a part of the Custer County Foundation. No gift is too small. Any size gift is what truly makes this a community effort. We all work, live, and play together. Here's a great way to plan for the future and the needs of our communities. Be a part of it too. Go to CusterCountyFoundation.org for more information.
Preserving our heritage, planning our future. Custer County Foundation.
Wow, I think that's pretty good.
I like it. It's well done.
Yeah. The word corny got thrown around a little bit, but it does have all the information in there. So,
well, maybe the music was a little bit light or something, but after all, you can't play AC/DC behind it, right?
Well, you could. Let's find an AC/DC song.
Let's make another one, and we'll put a little AC/DC rhythm behind it, and then you can decide which one you like.
My brain is just going wild right now.
I bet it is.
Maybe some Pearl Jam. I don't know.
Yeah, there you go. So if anybody out there thinks that they have that creative spark and they want to do something similar to that, you're welcome to submit it to the foundation. We might take a look at it, but I have to give them credit. It has everything in it.
It does.
It tells the story of who the Custer Foundation is and our heritage and everything else. So for that, I voted to approve it. So if you guys all hate it, you can blame it on me, because you might hear it on the radio a lot.
I have a funny feeling, because it is just a little bit corny, the music part of it. I think the verbiage is fine.
Yes.
It will get stuck in people's heads. Next thing you know, they're going to be singing it.
That's what happens with jingles.
Exactly, yeah. And trust me, we all started singing all the corny jingles that we all knew, and some of them I'm like, man, I haven't heard that one forever, but it's stuck in somebody's head.
Yeah, it works.
It does. It does.
Well, that's good. It'll be fine. And if you want to try it with AC/DC, we can see if we can work that out for you.
Do you have to pay royalties? Yeah, never mind. We're not going down that road. We could be there all day. But we might as well stay with the foundation while we started with that. Lots of things have been happening lately. So they just had the scholarship ceremony. It's amazing being part of this organization, how much bigger that gets every year. Just a couple numbers. 91 total scholarships were awarded to Custer County children. $143,000 in scholarships given. So every year that just seems to grow and grow and grow. I was just looking at our financials. Even though the market is down, we're nearing $7 million in assets. Just incredible to be a part of that, and the people of Custer County and what we can all do for them. Which leads me into lots of different deadlines coming up. You've got the grant deadline for all the nonprofits out there is April 30th. So, mark that one down if you haven't already done that. And then we're bringing the Give for Custer County back. Okay. So that was a fun deal that we did for the nonprofits also. We're going to do that June 15th through the 30th. I believe the applications are already past due, but we had a record number of nonprofits enter in. I think we're up to like 32. So last year we did 15, and I can't remember how much money we gave, but that's a very, very important thing that we can give back to the community in a lot of different ways. So I'm very, very excited for that. I do believe here lately people have been asking us about the fire fund, and I do believe we're going to do that because of the constraints of the foundation and the nonprofit type of stuff. I think we have to keep it to the fire stations themselves, but we've got some different ideas. So stop in or call Lindsay down at the foundation if anybody wants to donate or has questions to that. So
that will be something that will be a little bit long term, I would think, with some of the things out there that need to be done the next year or so.
Yeah.
But boy, that's so great to have the foundation to be able to provide that platform for these good things to happen when we have these bad things happen.
Yeah, and something that came up during our meeting yesterday, our board meeting, that I just don't think about is, when you have all these different fire departments that come for mutual aid, they're using up their resources. And so, they need to replenish those. And of course, you can imagine none of that stuff is very cheap.
No.
So they were talking yesterday, we need probably buy some respirator masks for these guys who are fighting these grass fires and stuff because the smoke is so thick. And, of course, we all think in terms of tanker trucks and all that type of stuff, but it's gear, water, things like that get replenished that they need to replenish after they go and do mutual aid with each other. So, yeah, if you feel willing to donate to the cause, please feel free to call Lindsay down there at the foundation, and she can get you set up.
I'm glad you brought that up, and we'll continue to, if there's anything we can do to help promote that or information needed to get people encouraged to do so, let us know.
We'll do. We'll play the jingle right after that.
Yeah, that'll get them going.
Yeah.
I'm maybe I shouldn't have brought that up this morning, but I thought, it's just too tempting not to bring it up. We'll see if somebody else comes up with a jingle. Now I know we're going to get an AC/DC one, so I can't wait.
How about a rap?
A rap could be.
Oh, man.
Can we do a rap?
I don't know if that really identifies with our target market.
Well, that's probably true.
I would agree.
See, I did remember something from my marketing degree.
Yeah, there's your marketing degree on display right there.
There you go. I can remember being in college thinking, what am I ever going to use this for? I just need to get a degree and get out of here. That's what I did. So.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's like we always refer back to why did I take typing, and I look at us now, right?
Exactly, yes. I do remember taking typing also. I do need to get to the main crux of why I'm here, and that is, the Teachers of the Month. And I'm very excited this month for the two teachers. I've heard a lot about them. I mean, I'll start off with the first one of who a lot of us know, and that is Mr. Carly Wells. I've got a lot of good stories. When you have twin girls that are in high school, they might have been difficult when they were young, but they're very rewarding later on in life because they talk all the time. And if you're just smart enough to sit back and listen, you learn a lot. You kind of have to decipher what is all, reality and what's not, but you do learn a lot. And one of the things that I've heard them talk about is how impressed, and this is coming from two girls who are not in football, and Carly is a football coach, how impressed they are about how Carly takes in every kid and makes him part of his team, regardless if they play football or not. And how many times that he has pulled a child over and helped them through something difficult. And to me, that's the essence of being a teacher. It's not how many games he won fun as a football coach, or how strong he's making you as your weight coach. It's how he's handling those children that are in our schools. So I have to give major applause to Carly, because my kids didn't have to tell me that story. And, you know, Carly's not on their football team, and that just means a lot to me as a citizen of Broken Bow when you have a teacher who shows that much passion for the kids that are in school. So that was just a quick story, but just a little bit about Carly Wells. He's been teaching for 27 years, which is hard to believe.
It sure is.
We're that old.
Wow.
He's taught elementary education, middle school science. He's been a K through 12 physical education teacher. He's been an activities director. He's been a K through 12 principal. He's currently the strength and training coach in Broken Bow High School for 7 through 12 age students. He's also the head football coach, and he just writes in here that he enjoys coaching football and the time that he spends with the student athletes at Broken Bow. He's proud to say he's married to Kim Wells, and they have 4 sons who a lot of people know: Cyrus, Connor, Cal, and Kobe. Is it Kobe? Kobe.
I think so.
I believe it's Kobe. So just big thanks to Carly and everything he does, and we are definitely lucky to have him here in Broken Bow. So
well, congratulations, Carly.
Yes. And the other teacher is also, I hear a lot about that, and that's Mrs. Angie Palmer. She is the business teacher at Broken Bow High School. And for those of you who don't know, when you have the people who do the things like FFA and Woods and FBLA and the business teacher and things like that, those are, you know, non-core classes, and kids don't have to take those. And so I always take note when you have kids flocking to an area. And I'm proud to say as a business owner that, you know, Mrs. Palmer has a huge passion for business. And sometimes I kind of chuckle because my kids have a lot of homework in her class. And I'm going, sometimes you want to say, oh, it's just a business class. Come on, Mrs. Palmer. But then on the other hand, they thoroughly enjoy it. They are asking me a lot of questions. It's the one and only thing they ask me questions on. It's not algebra or science or anything like that. And so it's nice to see that the kids are flocking to that organization. I can't remember the latest thing when she took them to state convention. I think they had like 45 kids. So it's very impressive. And once again, it's just her having that ambition, that passion, and it shows through. And even though she might be a little hard on the kids, they keep flocking to her class, which tells you a lot.
It tells you a lot, yeah.
It does. So a little bit about Mrs. Palmer. She's got a lot of accolades here. So she's the National Business Honors Society advisor at Broken Bow High School. She's in her 5th year teaching in Broken Bow, 7th overall. She holds a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with an emphasis in Human Resource Management, 6 through 12 Business Certificate in Education, a Master's of Education in Instructional Technology, and a Master of Business Administration. Mrs. Palmer is passionate about business education, promoting the opportunities of FBLA and NBHS, which is National Business, I believe. She continues to grow the Broken Bow Business Education Program by adding dual credit business classes, which is a big deal now that these kids can actually get some college credits, you know, while they're in college or while they're in high school. And encouraging students to be actively involved in FBLA and NBHS. Mrs. Palmer is currently serving in her 2nd year of the Nebraska FBLA Board of Directors. When she's not at school working, she finds time to do other things that she loves, such as reading, camping, water skiing. Mrs. Palmer, I'm impressed. Traveling and spending time with her husband, Corey, which I really want to question her about.
I know, that's a challenge right there.
It is a challenge because I'm not sure who gives her more grief during the day, the kids in school or Corey Palmer.
I'm voting Corey.
Yeah, I would too. She has 4 wonderful children, McKenna, Lainey, Emerson, and Emmett. So that is Mrs. Palmer. If you see Mrs. Palmer or Carly Wells in the street, please congratulate them. They are people who make a difference in our schools.
That's the Teachers of the Month, and they'll be on Sandals Express featured shortly if they're not up there already. And again, we appreciate the partnership that we have with you on this very important award or awards that you have put together just to highlight what teachers at least a little bit of what they do. That's probably not everything they do, but that teachers can make such a difference. We talk about it every time, but all of us, I think, have had a teacher that we can look back to, or teachers who made a difference for us when we were kids. So it's very important.
Absolutely.
All right. Any insurance business talk you want to go to? Anything going on?
The biggest thing I'd just like to, keep stressing, and it's working by talking, on the radio and stuff, which I appreciate people listening, is farm policies and stuff. It's come and check us out. The word over the years, and I've been here for 20 years, I always kind of jokingly say that I gain a mile of ground, in all directions about every year. So, check us out. We're very competitive. We know what we're doing. I highlight my staff, Seth Pearson, who's been with me now for a couple years, local kid, ranch kid, went to school in Callaway. He knows farm and ranch. He knows insurance. I appreciate Steph a lot. Steph a lot. Tracy, who right now is vacationing in some beach in some tropical island right now. I'm a little envious. She keeps sending me pictures of her fishing expeditions and stuff. And Tracy, as my clients all know, she's the one who holds this place together. Seth and I just create the messes, and Tracy cleans things up. So appreciate my staff greatly. I have a great staff. It's awesome. We recently, I think I can say this, just hired a new adjuster that will be in Broken Bow. So we'll have our own adjuster, which is the Mr. Kank. Jared Kank is the gentleman who we just hired. So I think I can announce that he's coming back to Broken Bow. So we're super excited to have Jared as our adjuster for this area. So that's kind of nice. He'll be living here in Broken Bow, I believe, in the coming future. So exciting things. That just makes our service that much better when you have somebody that close. So
yeah, that's excited. Good news. Very good news. Have an adjuster here.
Yeah.
That, and then the great staff you have. There's a few things going on across the country, and I know you as an insurance man notice this, such as hurricanes, floods, drought. We keep talking like the locusts are moving in here pretty soon. We don't know.
Yeah.
And all these things that are happening elsewhere affect the insurance business everywhere.
Yeah.
And I know that some cases you might want to have a visit, folks, about your policies on your homes and roofs and so forth, because deductibles are changing, I think, in some cases where they're trying to keep the rates reasonable, and maybe you might have a change in your deductibles to talk about.
Yeah, we haven't seen anything too drastic yet, but you just know it's coming. I see it from other places, and we all know Mother Nature is a lot more violent than it ever has been.
It has, yeah.
And it's just insurance companies are going to charge accordingly to what the risk is. And I hate to tell people, but Nebraska is like one of the worst states when it comes to, claims per capita. I'm pretty sure we're number one, like the worst. Everybody thinks in terms of hurricanes, wildfires, because those are on the news, but hail is the number one culprit.
Yeah.
I was just telling somebody the other day that, when Broken Bow gets hit by a hailstorm, it's like a $20 million event, easily. So, that just kind of shows you, and nobody even puts it on the news.
Right.
It doesn't, it's just not noteworthy, but it costs a lot of money. And obviously with inflation, the cost to repair things and the labor. Labor is a huge issue everywhere, but especially around here where it's hard to find people to do things. So, yeah, be cognizant of that. Be cognizant of the fact that, what your building used to cost 10 years ago is not what it costs to replace now.
Right.
And, when your insurance agent, whether it's me or somebody else, writes you a letter or calls you and says, we probably need to look at things, you probably need to look at things. It's not us trying to sell you something. It's us trying to service you. And I wish I could say bad things about my competition around here, but we have very good insurance agents in Custer County. My competition is extremely stiff. They're good people, and listen to them. They're just trying to help you in most cases. So,
all right, I like your advice.
Yeah.
It sounds reasonable. And yes, Mother Nature is a little upset these days. So,
Yes.
and you said per capita, which is the key. I mean, Nebraska only has a limited population compared to other places, so cost per person per family is going to be affected. So something to think about.
It's crazy when you look at, when I have somebody move from the South, for instance, let's say they move from Alabama, they'll come up here and they about fall off their chair when they see what the house insurance costs. However, there is a silver lining. Their car insurance is about a third of the price. So there's pros and there's cons. Our car insurance isn't, but we don't have as much traffic. So that's a good thing. Or I've got a couple friends in Nashville, and I hear their horror stories all the time of, they deal with lawsuits constantly. And our clients don't see that. So, his clients will get, before the end of the 24-hour period, they'll have been contacted or have messages on their phone from 4 different attorneys. So it's a different world.
For just a fender bender or something?
They just want to make sure that they're not hurt, they don't have a neck ache, something like that. It's a different world. So there's pros and cons, and my friends in Nashville are like, why do you live where you live? There's so much hail. And I'm like, because I like living here. I don't want to deal with your commute to work every day. That sounds horrible.
Or your lawyers.
Exactly. I like our lawyers in this town. I get along with them just great.
Yeah, we all know one another around here.
Yes.
All right, Shelter Mutual Insurance right here in Broken Bow. You're open 5 days a week. You guys open up at 8 o'clock?
Yeah, usually I'm there by 8, if not earlier, and we'll stay till 5 in the summertime. We're not going to stay much past 5, I'll be honest. But yes, call us. We'll meet after hours. Okay. We are open over the lunch hour. There's always somebody there, just to, make that convenient for our customers. So.
Man, you're located right across the street from one of your lawyer guys, your friends.
Yes, Mr. Michael Borders has moved in across the street, so I don't see a lot of Mike. He's pretty busy.
He must be.
Yes.
Doing lawyer stuff.
Lawyer stuff, that's right.
All right, thanks so much, Brent.
Right.
Really appreciate this program, the teachers that you highlight, and we'll look forward to the next time around.
Sounds great.
And I guess you've probably been golfing a little bit.
I haven't been a whole lot. I'm kind of a fair weather golfer.
Well, if you don't like wind, you're not going to be golfing much
Exactly. I just haven't been golfing a whole lot. But the course is getting green from what I see. So.
Yeah, they're watering it. And we actually played on it this past weekend. And all things
Wonderful.
Considered, it looks pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
just pray for rain. That's all we need.
Oh, man, that'd help everything, wouldn't it?
Yes.
All right. Ben Custer, our guest. Shelter Mutual Insurance here in Broken Bow. We'll take a quick time out. We'll be right back.
Who sells your soybeans overseas, increasing sales to Egypt, India, and many other emerging markets? Who has made you the #1 protein source in chicken feed? Who has made the next big breakthrough to boost your soybean yield? The answer to all of these questions is you. That's right, you do, through Your Soy Checkoff. By pooling your resources through Your Soy Checkoff, you are promoting your soybeans to new markets. You are discovering new practices and seed varieties to overcome your biggest challenges in the field. You have even turned $2 million of infrastructure research into $460 million per year in extra income for all soybean farmers. There is power in numbers, and you and your fellow soybean farmers are proving it by bringing tangible returns back to you and your operations through Your Soy Checkoff. You can see all the ways Your Soy Checkoff is moving soy forward for you at UnitedSoybean.org. That's UnitedSoybean.org. It's all about you doing things together as Your Soy Checkoff.
9:29, almost 9:30, and we're going to get reorganized and get going here. We have lots more things to tell you about. So we're going to celebrate Mark Volman's birthday real quick. Does that ring a bell with you? Oops, I'm sorry.
Give me the name again.
Mark Volman.
Volman?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
That means nothing to me. No, celebrating a birthday today?
Yeah, 76. He was a lead singer for the 60s pop group The Turtles.
Oh.
And later worked alongside Frank Zappa as one half of Flo and Eddie. So here's the Turtles. The Turtles, It Ain't Me, Babe. Bob Dylan cover.
Huh?
Brent Apperson, Dave Burney with you. We have some live reads. We call them Breakfast Show live reads. So strap yourselves in and get ready for lots of information coming your way, because we had a lot of good guests this morning. Our thanks to Mark with Tradewind Marina over at Sherman Reservoir. Brent Custer just in from Shelter Mutual Insurance. Our comedians that were in to promote the activities taking place the show on Friday at Henry's Callaway Bar. And also thank Custer Federal State Bank for paying for time for Tammy to come in from the Custer County Historical Museum and talk about the Passport program and all the activities at the museum. And we're going to talk just a moment about entertainment at the Fox Theater. Brent's going to tell you about that. He knows all about the movies. He can remember the stars' names and everything. It's pretty impressive. So take it away, Brent Apperson.
All right. Here's what's showing right now at the Fox Theater in Broken Bow. The movie His Only Son takes you through the biblical account of Abraham and Isaac, the movie does, and it is showing now at the Fox Theater in Broken Bow, so check it out. Also, the animated film Super Mario Brothers, the movie, continues to show at the Fox Theater in Broken Bow as well. One movie that's going to be ending its run this week is Dungeons and Dragons, so if you haven't seen it yet and you want to, looks like tonight and tomorrow night are your last opportunities to do so at the Fox Theater in Broken Bow. A new movie coming to the theater on Friday. I don't know if you've seen the previews for this, but it stars Jake Gyllenhaal. The Covenant. Guy Ritchie directs it. It's a story of a military person who got to know a interpreter. I believe it was in Iraq. I guess know an interpreter. The interpreter saves his life, and then the interpreter and his family get into trouble, and so this military person goes back to rescue them.
Oh, yes.
So that is the movie that will start showing on Friday and run through the weekend into next week. It's called The Covenant. It is rated R, and it will start showing on Friday. And then, as we mentioned, Super Mario Brothers, the movie, and His Only Son will continue to show through the weekend into next week as well. So we encourage you to check out their website. It's phenomenal. It's got all the information for you, shows you the show times, gives you the prices. If you're not particularly familiar with a certain movie, you can click on the movie through the website and it'll show the trailer so you can get a little familiar with the movie and get a feel for what it's all about. And you can access all of that on watchthefox.com. You can purchase tickets. You can find out information about theater rental. Everything you need to know is at their website, watchthefox.com.
And don't forget about that free popcorn on Tuesday provided by Nebraska State Bank through Fox Theater. Some people just, and you can just drop in and pick up some popcorn. When you stop in, you can just buy popcorn, even if you aren't going to the movies. They don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
All right, job opportunity at Russell Title and Escrow Company here in Broken Bow. They currently have a full-time or part-time administrative assistant position that is available. If you're thinking about it, a candidate should demonstrate good customer service skills, strong attention to detail, proficient computer skills, and the ability to multitask is always very important in an office position. Now, previous office experience and accounting skills are helpful but not required. They offer a flexible and family-friendly schedule. They have paid time off, paid holidays, and a health plan available for full-time. And salary will be considered on your experience. So send your resume to Russell Title and Escrow here in Broken Bow to Post Office Box 442. Or you can also email that resume to sadye@russelltitleandescrow.com. This information is on Sand Hills Express job page.
Prairie Grounds Cafe and Gifts in Broken Bow. They have their special drinks for the month out now, and featured for the rest of April will be the Bumblebee, a mixture of lavender and honey, strawberry shortcake, mixture of strawberry and white mocha, the Butter Brickle, a mixture of caramel, butterscotch, and hazelnut, toasted white mocha and toasted marshmallow, and featuring this month, the Salted Caramel Macchiato. Those are your Featured drinks for the month of April at Prairie Grounds Cafe and Gifts in Broken Bow. Also, don't forget about the delicious treats that they offer. They're offering Sarah's Sweets now in their stores, so check those out. Also, check out their pastry case with options like banana bread, rolls, and scones. They're open Monday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Monday, then open Tuesday through Saturday, 7 to 1. Make sure you follow them on Facebook to stay up to date with all of the daily happenings at Prairie Grounds Cafe and Gifts in Broken Bow.
Tomorrow is the third Thursday of the month, so that means Rustic and Red and Cozad is having their monthly Sip and Shop. And they'll be there with great sales and a chance to register for their door prize all day. Sipping starts at 4, and this month they'll be hosting a special guest local artist, Corky Anderson. So stop in and shop for decor and florals with spring in mind, women's clothing, unique baby items, faith-based gifts, and more. And they'll open up 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. tomorrow at Rustic and Red in beautiful downtown Cozad.
And here's a little bit more on the specific sales that they'll be featuring tomorrow. They're going to be taking 20% off store-wide, 30% off spring florals, 30% off ladies apparel, 40% off jeans if you try them on in the store. Sales will be one day only tomorrow. Some exclusions will apply, and there'll be sales going on all day. Also, you'll have a chance to register for some door prizes all day as well. And then, as Dave mentioned, the sipping will start at 4 o'clock. The Sip and Shop at Rustic and Red in Cozad. Here's a job opportunity for you. Subcon Incorporated, the world's leading manufacturer of underwater electrical connectors, is now hiring. Their progressive, expanding company has multiple production positions currently available with the ability to train on site. Great starting wage. They offer a full benefits package, including health insurance, 401k, paid time off, and holiday pay. Subcon operates on a 4-day work week. So you'd be working Monday through Thursday with the possibility of overtime. Their locations are in Burwell and Ord. They are seeking applicants for both full-time and part-time positions. For more information, you can call 308-346-5439. Also, interested individuals can also request and submit applications to HR@subcon, and that's CONN.net.
Early childhood infant and toddler cook is needed at Central Nebraska Community Action Partnership. They're looking for an individual to work as an infant toddler cook here in Broken Bow. It's a full-time position with a starting wage of $13.76 per hour. And benefits include health, dental, life, and vision insurance, paid time off, employee assistance program, and much, much more. 11 paid holidays. You even get your birthday off. And they have an employer-matched retirement up to 3%. You need to have a high school diploma or equivalent, a valid Nebraska driver's license, and a working phone. Previous experience working with infants from 0 to 3 and their families is needed. And you'll be able to use your skills to purchase food and prepare meals, comply with USDA requirements, and be responsible for some of the cleaning of the classrooms and doing dishes and so forth. If you need an application, contact CNCAP at 308-745-0780 or extension 0. Apply online at centralnebraskacap.com. And this position will be filled until, if they get it filled up, so it'll remain open until they fill it. They're an equal opportunity employer. This information is available on Sandhills Express job page.
Quality Senior Villages in Broken Bow, a fabulous facility that specializes in care for those battling Alzheimer's and dementia. They believe that an active life is a nurturing experience, and you'll get that at their facility where residents can thrive and live an active lifestyle. To find out more, contact them at 872-6387. That is Quality Senior Villages, specializing in Alzheimer's and dementia care, assisted living. Again, their phone number to find out more is 872-6387.
Myers Construction is hiring for equipment operators and field laborers. Candidates must be willing to travel during the week. Lodging per diem is provided. They offer competitive wages as well as a fun work environment. They offer benefits such as health, dental, vision, AFLAC, IRA, and vacation. Stop by their shop at 43671 Rhino Road to fill out an application or call and ask for Joe Walmsley. Now, they are also hiring full-time CDL drivers, and they offer competitive wages there and offer those same benefits. Stop by and talk to Leroy at Rhino Road for the CDL driver positions. And again, this is on Sandals Express for more details.
Universal Insurance in Broken Bow reminds farmers review and have the staff at Universal Insurance help look at your coverage. They can help you make sure that you are properly insured on all of your equipment. It can help to make sure that your building values are at the appropriate levels before you get busy with the planting season. To find out more, stop into their office right off Highway 2 or give them a call at 872-6438. They also want to let you know that they are hiring, looking for a client services representative at Universal Insurance here at the Broken Bow office. Looking for a job with perks you thought you could only dream of? Well, Universal Insurance of Broken Bow has those perks. The position would have 12 paid holidays, 100% employer-paid, employee-only health insurance, and a 401k with employer match. Now, the job would be Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. You can apply on the Careers tab at gtagroup.com. Universal Insurance Agency is a division of GTA Insurance Group.
More jobs. The Nebraska Department of Transportation hiring maintenance workers in Ansley and Broken Bow, or I should say for Ansley and Broken Bow. And there's a $2,500 hiring bonus. They're seeking dedicated and hardworking team players that are willing and able to operate machinery such as snowplows and so forth. They also offer training and career development, advancement opportunities, ample paid time off, a work-life balance, comprehensive benefits package, including a matching retirement contribution. And at the Nebraska Department of Transportation, they reward their employees for hard work and friendly support of one another in their team. The place to go, you got to go online to do this one. Go online at statejobs.nebraska.gov and you complete the online application. They are an equal opportunity veterans preference employer. And check that out, another job opportunity for you. And we've got one more here. The Nebraska Hearing Center in Broken Bow is ready to go to work for you to help you enjoy your life more by hearing better. Now, I do know that Roxanne has lost a family member, and she may or may not be available here in the short term. But she will make sure that she answers her phone and answers your calls. The number is 308-384-3852 for more information or to make an appointment. And don't forget, she has deep discounts for buying local. You can ask her about that as well. But we all know that in life, when we can't see very well or we can't hear very well, we're missing out. So Roxanne is ready to help you out. She's a board-certified hearing instrument specialist with over 30 years experience. Call her at 308-384-3852. And if she doesn't answer, you'll get a message and she'll get back to you.
Before we go, we do want to remind you about the special website that's been created as a resource of mental health providers in Custer County. It is mhpcc.org, and we want to make sure you know that there is now a Spanish version of the website as well. Again, you can access it through mhpcc.org. We can't do everything. There's a myth that you can't do anything for a person with a mental health problem, but that is a major myth. Friends and loved ones can make a big difference. Reaching out and letting them know you are available to help, helping them access mental health services, learning and sharing the facts about mental health. And a great place to get the conversation started is by going to this website, mhpcc.org.
9:46. Did we get everything in, Brent Apperson?
I think so. Yep.
All right. We'll give it another shot tomorrow.
I will attempt to be here.
So will I.
Okay.
It'd be kind of quiet if neither one of us makes it. But
Wouldn't
we'll have
it,
to
though?
wait and see. And look forward to having you folks with us again tomorrow morning at 7:30.